How's it going, everybody? MisterPorkchops here, and today I'm showing you a plugin that I wrote. Yeah, I can be useful. This is called LimitedCommands, and essentially what this plugin does is, well, generally with your commands in your server, you have to kind of work backwards a little bit. You first install all your plugins, and then all the commands are open to everybody to see, and then you've got to go through and single-handedly start restricting access and not letting people use them that much. And that can be kind of tedious, and also, say you've got a server and you kind of just want to hide your plugins. You don't want people to know that they're there, and you can try setting the all the messages in them to be the same, no permission message, but it's a little bit difficult, and I'll demonstrate what I mean by that here. If I go on to Hypixel real quick, okay, and if I type some command that is definitely not real, you see unknown command, type help for help. Now, if I type /ncp, which is the command for no cheat plus, you can see there's actually a slash in the message now. If I type anything else, if I type /ncpf, it's not there, but since I type /ncp, the slash is there. And that's kind of a dead giveaway right there that Hypixel has no cheat plus installed, and they've tried to hide the help message, but they haven't done the best job at it. So that's what I made LimitedCommands fix, essentially, is that, oh, that's weird, it still shows the Hypixel messages here. Interesting. It essentially makes it so that it just blocks all the commands, and then you can allow access to them one by one. Makes it a little bit cleaner, makes everything have the same error no command message, and that is, of course, configurable in the config. It's one line that you have to change rather than like 40 for all of your plugins. So it's much easier, I'd say. So I'm here on my test server, and I am currently in the group default, which has absolutely no permissions. I guess I've got to drag the console over here for you to actually see what's going on here. PEX user MisterPorkchops, and you can see that I am a member of default. Now, right now I have it set up so that default actually has no permissions. I guess this is my player permissions, but default doesn't have any permissions either, so I can't do anything. There's no command that if I type even /Minecraft help or whatever, it doesn't matter what I type, it's not gonna come up with any other message. It's all gonna say the exact same thing. Now let me open up the config here real quick so you can see exactly what is going on. So this is the default config for LimitedCommands. And there's some different sections here that you can make use of. So first off, we've got the message, what it actually says when you can't use the command. You can change this to whatever you want. You could change it to be blue and say, no perms, my guy. I don't know. Maybe you wanted to say that. I'm not sure. This is the overall complete bypass command. It's generally for administrators, and again, you can change this to whatever you want. You don't even have to have limited commands there. You could be my cool server.admin, and as long as you give that to your admins, then it will work. But this essentially bypasses all of the checks that LimitedCommands does, so it's meant for admins and owners, but I won't tell you what to do. So giving this to anybody means that they are not going to be locked out of any commands. They're not going to ever get this message here. And then down here is the main meat and potatoes of it. So you've got the different groups here, and you can make as many of these as you like. So if I wanted to, say, copy this and add another one down here, if I can get the formatting right, that'd be wonderful. And then I wanted to make this like super donator or something, and then change the permission to super donor. And then they get commands. They get to fly, and they get to what do you guys have your super donors do? Pets? I don't know. You can make whatever commands you want there, and then give this permission to your super donor group, and all is good. So that's essentially how this works, and I will show you it in action a little bit here. So previous update for LimitedCommands didn't have groups. It was just one big list of commands, and that was that. Now we've got groups, so you can have different permissions for each group. Much better, much more organized. So let's say, okay, so this LimitedCommands.default. Let's add myself to that first. So that is the group test. So pex user MisterPorkchops group set test. And now that I am in the test group, I should be able to do spawn, home, warp, and message. So let's try it. Spawn. Okay, I guess I don't... interesting. It didn't block it, so you can see that, but I don't know why. Oh, because Essential Spawn is a separate plugin. Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay. I can do warp, which I don't have the Essentials warp permission, so I can't actually do that, but you get the idea. You've still got to give your players permissions. Just, this command is just meant to block messages and things like that. Home, I also don't have access to, and message was the last one, and I don't have access to that either. But anyway, I can bypass it, so I can't even do /m. I can't do warps with an S. So you might want to add that on there if you don't remember to. But yeah, so I've got essentially all of the permissions here. I can use these 4 commands, and that's it. You've still got to give your groups the essentials permissions for each of these. But now I can actually use the commands. Then if I go a step up to helper, and this kind of depends on your permissions X being configured correctly. Pex user MisterPorkchops group set helper. And I have helper set to inherit default at the moment. So I can now use mute, kick, and social spy in addition to these 4 right here. So I can do /mute, and you can see /kick, /social spy. And now it works. And I can still do spawn and home and warp and all that. And just to show you it works, let me try like one of these commands down here for the moderator, /ban. I get the no permission message from LimitedCommands. But then if I pex user MisterPorkchops group set mod, now I can do /ban, and it gives me the actual essentials command there. So that's LimitedCommands in a nutshell. That's essentially how it works. The config is pretty simple. The plugin is really lightweight. It's not too hard to get set up. It might be a little bit tedious if you've got a lot of commands on your server, but otherwise, that's about it, really. It's that simple. Really, it's just meant to help you consolidate all of your no permission messages, essentially, and block people from being able to see access to your plugins that you don't want them to know about. So, I mean, like, you could Minecraft plugins or Minecraft help, or I don't know what people get around it somehow. Minecraft me, I've seen that one before, and none of them work. So, it ties up some loose ends of commands you might have forgotten about, while at the same time making all of your error messages look exactly the same. And, yeah, that's about it. Sorry, I didn't show you if you actually were to change the no permission message. You just got to reload the server real quick, and then no perms, my guy. Anyway, that's LimitedCommands. I hope you enjoy. I hope you find this plugin useful. If you have any suggestions or find any bugs with it, message me on Discord, which is in the description, MisterPorkchops #0160. And yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.